Good morning, boys and girls of the internet. Today is Friday, June 22nd, 2018, vlog number 172. And yay, it's Friday. Got one more night left, and then it's a weekend, and it's the start of my mini vacation. I'm taking some days off early next week to kind of get some R&R. But I'm not going to get too much R&R because I plan on also being kind of productive. I'm going to try to get some photo shoots done and also celebrate my birthday. I'm not going to talk about that too much right now. I can talk about that later on this weekend when it is my birthday. However, I do have one subject to talk about. There was a couple of videos out last night I watched, and I read an article about it. But let's talk about some Star Wars. Fix this. It's not getting dark. Anyways, Star Wars fanboys are really, really butthurt. I'm talking about the ones that hate The Last Jedi and hate what Disney and all the executives and the producers are doing with Star Wars. I get it. They're doing things that you're not happy with. And I understand, I empathize. Because look at the original, not the original trilogy, the prequels. Those movies are fucking terrible. But they're made. They're done. They're canon. They exist. So, there's like a group out there. I don't know how legitimate they are, but they are trying to sound as legitimate as possible. And they want to remake The Last Jedi. And for all intents and purposes, they're serious about it. They're super, super serious about it. So just tip it down. Yeah. And they want to get together like, a substantial budget, like $200 million. Don't know who's going to pay for all that. They want to get together some producers. They want to get some writers from the Star Wars fanboy base. Ones that both liked and disliked The Last Jedi, and kind of work together something that they say that the majority of fans would approve of. Now, this is what I've always said, that no matter what story you write, because right now, fans of anything can easily be divided over small, seemingly small decisions, that no matter what Star Wars story you write, a section of the fan base is going to be pissed off. That's just a reality we live in right now. So, what, they want to get together a movie, spend all this time and energy and try to get actors together for what? To appease a small vocal minority of people who absolutely despise The Last Jedi? I get it. A lot more people just didn't like that movie. But really, the only ones that are like super vocal about it are a really small group. I think people are overestimating how big that group is. Everybody else who disliked it merely disliked it and they moved on with their lives. Because they're not that big of fanboys. They're not like super hardcore. They're moviegoers. They're regular people. They have day jobs. It doesn't affect their lives too much. They're like, well, that was disappointing, and they move on. The rest are people who are also, moviegoers who might have enjoyed it. And then they move on with their lives. And then another small portion of those people who did like it are the hardcore, like me. I'm a hardcore Star Wars fan, and I love The Last Jedi, even though I acknowledge some of its flaws. No movie's perfect. I never said it was perfect, but as it is, if I were to rewrite that movie, most of it would be the same. I mean, hell, I'm wearing a Last Jedi T-shirt with, because Rey is Bae. I freaking love Rey. So I don't know what their goal is, and I don't know where they're going to get the money. And even when they came out with their their tweet and they wanted to get it trending, they even had some high-profile people chime in. One of which is actor Seth Rogen, and he was the most level-headed of everybody. What the hell's going on here? And he came in. He's all like, "All right, well, I see what you guys are doing, but A, where you get the money, and how are you going to convince Disney that this is a good idea, not only just for the franchise as a whole, but as a business decision for Disney? Because look at the position you want to put Disney into. Put them in a huge risk of remaking a movie they've just came out with, not even a year ago. That's a big financial risk to them. It could hurt the franchise forever, even more so than what fanboys assume this franchise is hurt for. And again, like I said, making movies is a business. People don't seem to understand that. People think that movies exist for the fans and they must appease the fans. No, it's a fucking business. They must appease their bottom dollar. They must appease their stockholders and their shareholders. You want a movie that appeases the fans? Make a fan-based movie. Get your friends, go in the backyard, get a digital camera, learn some After Effects, and make your own goddamn movie. That's what fan movies exist for. But if you need to make a movie that makes the most amount of money you can, you have to make one that appeals to everybody. That's just the bottom line. And that's what The Last Jedi was supposed to do. It was supposed to appeal to everybody. Now, I get it. There's some fans out there that are really angry that in the way that some people from Lucasfilm and Disney have been kind of acting in the wake of the backlash against The Last Jedi the last couple of months. Key of which Kathleen Kennedy, a couple other people, that they're kind of doing the Ghostbusters route. Remember when the Ghostbusters movie came out, the new Ghostbusters by, who's that guy's name? Simon Feig. When they started getting hate from Ghostbusters fans, they didn't sit back and go, alright, well, what is your concerns? And let's address those. No, they're all like, you guys are just a bunch of misogynistic, hated, bigoted, sexist fanboys, and fuck you guys. And that's not a way to talk to fans. That just pisses people off. And a couple of times, now from Lucasfilm and Kathleen Kennedy and some of them, they're all they're all coming out with T-shirts say "The Force is female," and some of the, sorry to say, you can't deny it. If just that offends you so much as a Star Wars fan, when someone comes out with a T-shirt that says "The Force is female," sorry, you're a fucking snowflake. Not only are you a snowflake, you're a sexist snowflake. They just want to kind of embrace the Force, embrace Star Wars, and probably promoted to a new generation of female fans. Because anyway you slice it, Star Wars majority have been male fans, so they're trying to appeal to female fans. That's a whole new market to capture. Because, like I said, it's a business. Might as well capture a market that potentially could be twice as big. Not twice as big, but just it will double your market when you appeal to females. Because take all moviegoers, only half of them like your movie because half of them are males. You want to get both sides. Again, they went about it kind of the wrong way, as Lucasfilm, Kathleen Kennedy, all those people, in that they didn't sit down and take the criticism to heart. They just saw it as people being super angry and super, hateful, and some bigotry. They just saw that, and they lashed back at them. And that's not a way for business to really run. That's not how you deal with your customers. I was sitting there working at a retail store, like I used to work at GameStop, and a portion of angry customers came in there, and I go like, well, you guys are fucked, and then and just kind of like dismiss them like that. Well, that's not making them happy. Again, don't bow your head to them to appease them when they're angry, but also don't piss them off more. There are other ways to go about it. That all being said, Seth Rogen was right. If you want, I'm sure there's all kinds of articles out there of what he said. Maybe I'll go in the. I'll paste some screenshots here. And he's right. He looks at it because he's in the movie business. He's all like, you guys got to look at this from a movie business perspective. And if you don't, you're gonna fail. In fact, it is gonna fail because it's so pointless to do this shit. No one's gonna pay for it. You're just gonna piss people off more, and it's never gonna get done. Don't get your hopes up. If you hated The Last Jedi and you saw this article like, oh, they're gonna remake The Last Jedi, don't get your hopes up. It ain't gonna happen. It's, I don't know what to say about that, other than that it's not gonna happen. Hey, look, a puppy. I say this as a Star Wars fan. Accept your losses. If you want to enjoy the Star Wars that you already have, go ahead. But what's done is done. The movies are out. And if anything, if you're going to remake any Star Wars movies, my friend said this to me before I left work, and it was like, oh, that makes perfect sense. If you're going to put together budgets to remake any previous Star Wars movies, remake the prequels. Because I'm pretty sure almost anybody with half a brain would tell you, especially the first, episode 1, that movie was garbage. So really, go back and watch it now if you haven't watched it in a while. That movie did not age well. The story makes no goddamn sense. It's too political. It's this, they're talking about trade disputes, and, they're talking about, the Galactic Senate voting no confidence, and you gotta sign the treaties. Star Wars is a children's movie and meant to sell toys. What child is gonna buy a toy of a senator or some trade federation dude who comes with treaty signing action, accessory. That's not, it's so bad. So yeah, remake the original trilogy, not the original trilogy. Sorry, remake the prequels, and I'm sure people will be happy. But you ain't gonna get a remake of The Last Jedi. No matter how much you bitch and moan, you're gonna bitch and moan till you're blue in the face. Part of this came up mainly because Disney announced that they're going to put some of their future spin-offs on hiatus. They were planning a Obi-Wan movie and a Boba Fett movie. And so they put those on hiatus for now because Solo didn't do well in the box office. Now people are seeing that as, haha, we won. They're not making these spin-offs, so now maybe we can make our own movie. No, they didn't. They didn't put those movies on hiatus because they see the light and they see that you guys are right, or however you think they saw it. They're doing it because of financial reasons. It's a business. They need to make their money. That's the way it is. Holy shit, that sun's bright. So stop with your foolish endeavors. You're not going to change anything. You're only going to piss people off. You're only going to confuse people. And stop being butthurt. That's all I can say. I'm going to go inside and watch The Last Jedi. I'm kidding. I'm going to go inside and go to sleep. I'll talk to y'all later. Y'all have a good day. I love you.